नारायण वासुदेवा हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे। हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा। श्री कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल की जय।
Hari Om, ladies and gentlemen. Guruji is just going to be entering the hall now. Please do stay seated. Thank you.
ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओम समस्त जन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। ओम वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानंदं कृष्णं वंदे जगद्गुरुं। हरि ओम। The first three shlokas of the 7th chapter give us the introduction to this chapter. What we discussed yesterday, that the main subject matter, the theme of this particular chapter is the knowledge and realization of the absolute truth, called Jnana and Vijnana, knowledge and wisdom. The person who is eligible or will be most benefited by this study is the one who has all devotion and reverence for this knowledge, readiness to undertake any spiritual practice, and absorption of mind in it. The result, the Bhagavan promises, is yad jnatva neha bhuyo nyat jnatavyam avashishyate. That it is this knowledge, having gained which, realized which, there remains nothing more to know and to gain. That means a person gains total fulfillment in life. And this is very rare, special knowledge that Bhagavan is giving. So now, having seen the introduction, now let us move to the theme. So, Jnana and Vijnana. Knowledge, and one aspect of knowledge is the knowledge of effects, what constitutes this world. That we have to understand. And Vijnana means the very cause or truth or the essence or the substance, that which is the reality of this world of names and forms. So now let us see the 4th shloka now. Bhumirapo nalo vayuhu
Bhumirapo nalo vayuhu
kham mano buddhireva cha
Khammano buddhireva cha
ahankara iti yam me
Ahankara iti yam me
bhinna prakrutirashtadha.
Bhinna prakritirashtadha.
Now, as we see this world, what is this world? So Bhagavan says, it is constituted of 5 elements. They are called 5 great elements. Pancha Mahabhutas. Number 1 is Bhumi. Bhumi with the earth. Apaha, waters. Analaha, fire. Vayuhu, the air. Kham. Kham means space. Among them, space is the subtlest. So from there, if you enumerate, then space, air, fire, water, and earth. Or you can say earth, water, fire, air, and space. These are the 5 elements. Then manaha, mind. Buddhi, intellect. Ahankara. Ahankara, the I sense, the ego sense. Iti, thus, yam, this, may, my, bhinna prakriti ashtada. Ashtada means 8-fold. Prakriti, bhinna means bhedam agata, got divided or to manifestation. Bhumirapo nalo vayuhu kham mano buddhirevacha. Ahankara iti yam me bhinna prakriti ashtada. See, Prakriti word is translated sometimes as nature or matter. Matter word is quite popular, even in our modern science also. Prakriti. But the word Prakriti explains what it is. Kruti means many forms and effects. Prakarshena kruti yogyatvat means that which is capable of producing many and varied effects. That is called Prakriti. That's called matter. Now, if you see many clay pots or many things made up of clay, so the clay will be called, the mud will be called as Prakriti for all of them, because there are all potentially, all forms are existing in it. And from there only they are manifested. Or gold ornaments. Then that's for, gold is a Prakriti. So, when you think of the whole total world, and as we see now, space, air, fire, water, earth, they are well known to us. And they must have been existing earlier in their unmanifest form. That unmanifest form is called Prakriti. And that Prakriti becomes manifold in these 8 forms. Now, first is called the unmanifested. Then there comes a I sense, then the mind, and all these elements get manifested. Now see, if we look at ourselves, we can say at our individual level, these 5 elements are there in our own body only. Because remember, the whole world is only product of these 5 elements. All bodies, not only human bodies, all birds and animals, trees, plants, and everything are made up of 5 elements. So, if I look at my body, your body, each one can look at his or her own body, The 5 elements are there or not? There are. We can see that. Bhumi, the earth, the product of earth is called the food, and from that food only all our body is also made up of all that which is grossness, that which is there, part of earth only. And water, full of waters. If dehydration takes place, you see. So our body, there is water, enough water, in the form of even blood and so many things. And fire, see, when you think of fire, it does not mean the flames are coming. Fire means the warmth, the heat that is there. In our body, there is warmth also. Air, of course, we are constantly breathing in, breathing out. As the air is there, even inside the body, circulation is there. That is called air. And space, plenty. Can you increase your volume a little, please? Because in our stomach, every 1 hour, 2 hours, there is space. And I think in our brain also there is quite a bit of space. It can be filled. And our whole body is also occupying outside space. So space, air, fire, water, earth, without these 5 elements, we cannot think of our own existence. Then manaha, mind. What is mind? Mind is defined as sankalpa vikalpatmakam manaha. Mind is of the nature of entertaining thoughts. So many thoughts. A wish arises, a desire arises, a particular thought arises. That calls sankalpa. Vikalpa means contrary thought also arises immediately, or most of the time. Or desire, anger, kama, sankalpa, sandeho, shraddha, shraddhe, belief, disbelief, anger, love, kindness, compassion, dispassion, all kinds of thoughts and emotions, they all are mind. But when all emotions and these thoughts, when they arise, we have to make decision. That decision-making body is called buddhi, the intellect. Nishchayatmika buddhi. Even when you come here to listen to this talk, first a thought must have come to your mind. Let me go to this talk. The other thought, is it necessary to go? Maybe I can go tomorrow. But I say, no, let us try. Somebody told me yesterday it was tolerable. So, no harm in it, I'll go. So then you decide. So first is sankalpa, vikalpa, then nishchaya, manaha buddhi. Then I, once you have decided, then I will do this, or I am going to do this. Or this is my desire, this is my resolve, so that I, that's called aham vritti. I thought, I sense, sometimes it is called as ego. But this ego need not be called as arrogance or anything like that, but normally also. It can take the form of arrogance also. But now one thing remember, these are the totality of 5 elements, and mind also is, one is called our individual mind and the other is called the total mind. So here when it is said, Bhedamagata means total mind, total intellect, and the one who is identified with the total, that aham also. But even if you look at from an individual standpoint, that itself is also enough. Sometimes people ask, what is this total mind? Total mind? The nearest example I can give is what called the internet. Google. You see, what happens is, when you have got a query or question, what do? You go there, no? You type it. And you don't know who answers that. It's always a surprise. Ask anything. Once, just for fun's sake, I said, let me ask nothing. So nothing. But something came from for that. Nothing matters. You ask from where it is coming. That is only a glimpse. And also a democratic country, when a government also is formed, that also is the expression of totality only. Total mind is still, it is beyond our comprehension. But if we can take care of our own little mind also is great. So you see, one aspect of this effect of the Prakriti you can see is the 5 elements, the totality of 5 elements. From that, all bodies are made. I said all worms and germs and insects, birds, animals, plants, trees, everything that you see, all forms are made up of 5 elements. And here we find we have got mind, intellect, ego, sense. Bhagavan says, this is one aspect of mind, one Prakriti. Here the word important is mind. Bhagavan says, yesterday also I mentioned, whenever in the Bhagavad Geeta, Bhagavan Sri Krishna is using the word I, is not very egoistic. Because some people think Bhagavan Krishna is very egoistic. No, it's not like that. I is referring to the highest supreme reality or the Lord of the universe. So you say one aspect of mind is this Prakriti, which is one but becomes eightfold when it comes to manifestation. Like, a seed of a tree, if you just see a seed, it's only one. But when you sow the seed, and when it germinates and all that, then you will find the roots and trunks and branches and leaves, so that one only manifesting in all forms. In the same way here, bhuvirapo nalo vayuhu kammano buddhirevacha ahankar iti yamme bhinna prakriti rashtadha. Now this is one Prakriti called Ashtadha, eightfold Prakriti. Prakriti is one, which is becoming eightfold, manifested in these 8 forms. But now he says there is another aspect of mind. Let us see that is another Prakriti. Sloka number 5. Apareyamitastvanyam
Apareyamitastvanyam
Prakritim viddhi me param
Prakritim viddhi me param
Jiva bhutam mahabaho
Jiva bhutam mahabaho
Yayedam dharyate jagat.
Yayedam dharyate jagat.
Apara iyam. This is one sentence is over. Apara iyam. Iyam is this. This Prakriti which you just now enumerated called eightfold Prakriti. This is called Apara Prakriti. Apara, literal meaning is lower or inferior, or we can say here, this is a material aspect of Prakriti, and Bhagavan says, May. Let's remember here. Earlier said, May means mind. May is not the April and May month. Bhagavan says, this eightfold Prakriti called matter is one aspect of me, it is a material aspect of me. Itastu anyam. But other than this, there is one more Prakriti. And that's called Prakritim Viddhi Me Param. And that Prakriti, that nature is called Para, superior, higher. Para Prakriti. And what is that Para Prakriti? Jiva Bhutam. Mahabaho. Mahabaho means, oh mighty Arjuna. Understand, there is another aspect of mind that's called Jiva Bhutam, of the nature of living principle, life element. Yaya, by which idam jagat dharyate, this whole world is also sustained. Now again come back to our, see at individual level, we can understand this little better, and then by extension we have to understand the totality also. We find that our body is made up of 5 elements. Yes, all the elements are there. Mind, intellect, everything is there. Yes. What is the Jiva Bhuta Prakriti? If we try to analyze the nature of matter, by itself it is lifeless. It's called insentient, lifeless. But there is some entity which is bringing life to this material aspect. And that is called as Jiva Bhuta Prakriti. It is absolute consciousness manifested in this body in the form of what we call as life. So this mind and intellect, when it is associated with life principle, then only we are able to think, feel everything. And the easy way to appreciate is, when we hear the news of death of anyone, whether it is a dog or cat or horse or animal, any animal or person, now what you find, the physical body is there. Of the 5 elements, the body is there. But now, something happened. And what happened? Now, lifeless. And it's a disintegration also starts. And to keep it in that shape, then you have to embalm the body and all that. Otherwise, disintegration fast. Now it is said here, Jiva Bhuta, which is sustaining it, holding it together. As long as that life is there, you will find the whole body structure is sustained. And that is not there, then we keep wondering what exactly happened. Then you say departed soul. Some soul was there which departed. That Prakriti, that's called Para Prakriti, higher Prakriti, which gives life to this material aspect or lower Prakriti. We experience that all over, everywhere and all that. And everybody knows And then say, he attained his heavenly abode. Body is here. So who attained the heavenly abode? R and Mr. X and Y, they were two friends. Both of them were extremely fond of cricket. And became very old, and one was on the deathbed. Let us say X was on deathbed. So Y asked him and told him, when you go there, when you go to heaven, you please find out whether cricket is there or not. So the X said, yes, I will tell you. And X dies and goes. After 2-3 days, Mr. Y is sleeping. Suddenly he hears a voice. Y, what? I am X. I am in the heaven. One good news and bad news. What is good news? There is cricket in heaven. And day after tomorrow, you will be bowling also. Maybe I will be batting, you will be bowling. I don't know. Huh? But why everybody? What is this? What departed? What is that we departed? And suddenly the body becomes lifeless, start disintegrating. So there is one aspect which is called sentient principle. One is insentient and other is called sentient. So, in this physical body, in that mind, intellect, you see the mind is very subtle as compared with this gross body. And that, what is called the pure consciousness, that is the absolute one, that manifests in that mind as life. And that mind becomes a living. And when that mind is identified with the body, we will find that life is there in the body also. And that mind, with that we call is reflection or manifestation of consciousness, which is called life, when it goes away, this body becomes dead. Not that soul, okay? That is the individual soul. It is said it will go and take another body and all that. That is a different topic. But Bhagavan says here, if you see, there are certain things like this harmonium and all that, only the jada aspect, lifeless aspect is here. But if somebody can introduce some mind and intellect, then suddenly the harmonium also will start reacting. You say, why are you tapping? Why are you putting book on me? Pay rent also. All things are possible and all that. But luckily all these things are not there, so you can use them in this way. All this body also, as on life is there, you say anything, suddenly there reaction and all that. Otherwise, nothing. This second aspect is called Jiva Bhuta Prakriti. Apare yamitas tvanyam prakritim vidhi me param. Jiva Bhuta Mahabaho Yayedam Dharyate Jagat. By this para prakriti, the Jagat is sustained, held. And our individual level we can see our body remains integrated. Otherwise, all disintegration begins. So now, if we understand only Ashtadha Prakriti, it is called Jnanam. And only the Para Prakriti higher, then also called Jnanam. Now in the next shloka, let us see what Lord says. Etat yonini bhutani
एतत् योनीनि भूतानि
सर्वाणीत्युपधारय
सर्वाणीत्युपधारय
अहं कृष्णस्य जगतः
अहं कृत्स्नस्य जगतः
प्रभवः प्रलयस्तथा
प्रभवः प्रलयस्तथा
एतद् योनीनि भूतानि सर्वाणि इति उपधारय. उपधार में Arjuna, please understand. What understand? Sarvani bhutani, all beings. Bhuta, sometimes they translate ghost and ghost name. All beings. In Sanskrit called bhavanti iti bhutani. All that which has come to existence here is called bhuta. So now, he says all beings that you see, for them, etad yonini, these two, para and apara prakriti, they make the cause. The cause of all beings is the combination of these two prakritis. What I call apara prakriti and para prakriti. That means what? One is the inert, lifeless aspect, but now there is life-giving principle. And so if you see any living being that you see, so it is a combination of these two things. Arjuna understood? Of course understood. What is the big thing in that? Etad yonini bhutani sarvani tyupadharaya. So now Arjuna, tell me, what is the cause of this world? Cause of this world. Some people only say the Ashtadha Prakriti, matter only. They don't take even this Para Prakriti into account. Only they say matter, matter, matter. So in the origin of this whole world, there is some inert matter only. And that is the cause. And then Arjuna said, no, from your discourse I understand the inert matter and this living principle, what is called jiva, sentient principle, these two prakritis, they make the cause of this whole world. Bhagavan says, Arjuna, you have not understood. Arjuna said, this is very strange. You yourself just now mentioned, etad yonini bhutani sarvani tyupadharaya. These two prakritis make the cause of all beings. And when I tell you that, then you say, no, you are not understood. This is dictatorship. Only if you say, then it is right, but if I say the same thing, then it is not right. Bhagavan said, Arjuna, you didn't pay attention to one particular word. I said that apara prakriti, what did I say? Bhumi rapo nalo ayuhu kammano buddhirevacha ahankara itiyam me bhinna prakriti rashtada me, my aspect. So this apara prakriti, I said it belongs to me, I. And again it is said, prakriti vidhi me param. And the para prakriti also belongs to me. Oh. That means, I am the Lord of para, apara prakriti, both. So who is the cause of this world? Oh, Bhagavan, now I understand. You. Now you understood. Now. Therefore the Lord says, as long as a person thinks only the matter is a cause and all that effects, or only the para prakriti, that alone, or the combination of that, all that is jnanam. But aham krishnasya jagataha prabhava pralayasya, that's called vijnanam. When a person understands that which is the Lord of Para Apara Prakriti, whose two aspects are these, that Bhagavan says, Aham, I am Asya Jagataha Krishnasya Sarvasya. Of the entire world, I am the Prabhavaha Pralaya Sata. Prabha, I am the origin. And Pralaya also is only, dissolution also is in me only. See, what we understand, come to know, Bhagavan had said, I will tell you Jnanam and Vijnanam. As long as you have the knowledge of the world of manifestation, a world of names, forms, all that what you see, that is Jnanam only. Because you have not understood the real cause. And when the sentient principle also, and the combination, still Jnanam. But actually, something beyond these two, there is one reality. That is, Bhagavan says, that is my nature, and that I am the cause of this. Aham Krishnasya Jagataha Prabhava Pralayasthatha. Now, little more thinking. When I speak to such a big audience, I do not know individually all of you. So I have no idea how many of you are very new to this subject and listening to such topic for the first time. Some may be very new. Some might have studied a little. Some may more. To give a lecture is difficult then. So those who are very, very new and have no introduction to this kind of topic, sometimes they may find it difficult. More than difficult, boring. I don't know what you are just talking about on that. Somebody says, I don't understand all that. But the best person I had met, he said, I didn't understand what you were talking, but I was enjoying. As long as I enjoy, that's also fine. Now, what the point that we want to draw attention to is, you see, this creation is so wonderful. There are many philosophers, thinkers, logicians, scientists, theologians, and all of them are thinking about this world. And what is the cause of this world? What is the origin and cause of this world? Particularly, when these material scientists, when they think of this world, the cause of this world, they always think that in the origin of this world, there is some inert matter. Then you call Anu, Parmanu, whatever you call, and there is some matter, and then there was a big bang and something happened. So matter is there, and it went on evolving, let us say. And what you call as life, that life also not understood. And they always think that this life or consciousness also is some evolved state of matter only. If you study the physics and all other things and all. Why is it that we always think that in the origin of these creations, some inert matter is there? The reason is simple, because as the world we experience is only matter. So we always think that there is some matter only. And we say consciousness is evolved out of that matter. But here Bhagavan says, Aham Krishnasya Jagataha Prabhava Pralayastata. Now the literal translation is, the Bhagavan says, I am the cause of this. But the implication of the word aham must be understood as something pure consciousness. Because see, in our day-to-day experience, we expect two entities. One is called I and the other is called this. Isn't it? I see this book, I know this book, I own this book. So I and this. And you know what you find? I is always experienced as living consciousness, never inert. And idam, this is inert. So here the implication is, when the Lord says, Aham Krishnasya Jagataha Prabhava Prasam, means, in the origin, consciousness is. It is not evolved out of matter. It is self-existing. And its aspects are these two. What you call para prakriti and apara prakriti. So in the origin of this creation, there is consciousness. That's called prajnanam brahma. Consciousness. Not inner thing. And that consciousness is independent reality. The experience of inert matter can never be without consciousness. But consciousness is even without the experience of matter. So idea here is, Bhagavan says, Arjuna, understand, when you look at this world, the eightfold Prakriti is there. You can experience. 5 elements, mind, intellect, and the ego sense. Further you find, there is no life of them of their own. They are inert, lifeless. But if you see life, then there is another entity which is giving them life. And these two aspects actually depend upon the third, the absolute aspect called consciousness. And therefore, the ultimate cause of this world is this Shuddha Chaitanya, it is called, pure consciousness. In the Upanishads, it is called as Brahma. Brahma. Paramatma, Brahma, such words are used. Now, having said that if that is the ultimate cause, everything rises from there and everything again merges there only. Okay, now some more light will be shed on this topic in the next shloka. So now the Lord says, Matta parataram nanyat
Mattah parataram nanyat
kinchidasti dhananjaya
kinchidasti dhananjaya
mai sarvamidam protam
mai sarvamidam protam
sutre manigana iva.
sutre manigana iva.
Arjuna looked at Bhagavan. Imagine. He said, Bhagavan, now you say that you are the ultimate cause of this world? Yeah. But I have been studying in my school, college, and the universities, Gurukul you may call. And there we have been studying different schools of thoughts, And there we find somebody saying anu, paramanu, the atom and molecules. As an inert matter, that is the cause of this world. Somebody says space, somebody says time, somebody says karma, somebody says, and the atom, or a variety of things are pointed out as the cause of this world. Do you mean to say they all are wrong? And we study the Darwin's theory of evolution. So many things are there, many, and then also still they are coming, even now. As I said, there's thinkers, logicians, rationalists, and all of them. Now, Bhagavan, this is very strange. What I heard so far, thus matter, etc., that's the cause. But now you say you are the cause, you as this consciousness as the cause. So my question is, are they all wrong? But they are also great thinkers, You cannot just, write off. Right? You can't say just they are all big scientists and then research scholars and they do all things, How can you say? The answer is very strange. The answer is, they are not wrong, but they are not right also. How can that be? They should be either right or wrong. But how can you say they are not wrong, but they are not right also? You see, that means from a relative standpoint, from the immediate standpoint, if you analyze, then you feel that what they are saying is right. See, any product what you see, so it has got an immediate cause. And what is the ultimate? So if you see the immediate, then whatever he said, that's all right. But from the ultimate standpoint, it is not right. Like what? Like what? What is the cause of my shirt? Oh. Somebody says, the cloth. Somebody says, no, threads. Someone said, no, cotton. And one man said, dust, the earth. Now what happens is, when it is said, the cause of this shirt is cloth, is immediately understood. Or even thread and cotton. But if somebody says the soil, then it becomes a little difficult. Because then you go further and further and further and all that. The cause of ghee, immediately say butter. But still you go further, it was the green grass. So the green grass that was eaten by that cow, and then it was turned into that milk, and then the milk then became that yogurt, and from that it became butter, and from that, what you call the ghee. So what you find, immediate causes, you can see that one. But still further if you go on, then deeper and deeper something, different things only come out. So, now remember, when somebody says time, space, atom, or karma, or that as the cause of this world, there is a flaw in it. And what is the flaw? Dosha. When we ask what is the cause of this world, the time, space, atom, they are also part of this world only. Correct? So if we ask what is the cause of this world, so we are asking the cause of time, space also. So how can you say time is the cause? Or space is the cause? Because its cause only we are asking. So in a logical language, it is called Atmashraya Dosh. The flaw of self-dependence. I am the cause of myself. Or if I already exist, why should I be created then? So that's why we say, whatever the scientists are saying is not wrong. Or thinkers, logicians and all that say, it's all right. But when you go to the ultimate way, then we find there is some more thinking required. And that's what Bhagavan says here. One is the Apara Prakriti, so many people will stay only up to Apara Prakriti. Somebody may come even to Para Prakriti, this life element. But there is one more that is very difficult for people to understand. And that is independent. Therefore, Bhagavan says, Mattaha parataram nanyat kinchidasti dhananjaya. Hey Arjuna, Dhananjaya Arjuna, there is nothing beyond or other than me which can be pointed out as the ultimate cause of this world. From relative standpoint, you can say anything. That's all right. But not from the absolute standpoint. Okay. Let us think, because we are sitting here for thinking only. What thing? How do you determine a cause of a thing? In a very simpler way. Suppose there is a clay pot. And somebody asks, what is the cause of this? You say clay. Right? Why? Because if there is no such thing as clay, then there cannot be pot. Now suppose on that pot there is a color. Somebody painted a color. Can somebody say the color is the cause of that pot? No. Because even if the color is not there or fades away, pot still remains there. But if you take away clay, pot disappears. Only clay will be there, but the pot is gone. I had seen a very humorous picture. A rather impossible kind of, but it was very humorous. In Indian train, there is lower berth and upper berth. On the upper berth, man was sleeping with a sweater. On the lower berth, a woman was sitting there knitting a sweater. And she had connected with the sweater he was wearing. So slowly as she was knitting his sweater, it was disappearing. Even when I tried to imagine, it was very difficult, but maybe suddenly he woke up in the morning, what happened? A humorous picture. So the point is, in Sanskrit we will say, yad bhave yad bhavaha, yad abhave yad abhavaha, tat tasya karanam. Means, in the presence of which a given thing exists, and in the absence of it, the other thing does not exist, then that is the cause of it. So if the clay is there, then clay pot also is there. If clay is not there, there is no clay pot also. Therefore, the clay is a cause. Or the gold ornament, if gold is there, the ornament is there. Gold is not there, there is no such thing as ornament. Now here also, this Chaitanya which is of the nature of very existence. See, everything is experienced by us as this is. If there is no such principle called existence, even who will say this sentence? There will be no one to say even this sentence also. Therefore, the only thing that you find which is common substratum is existence. Even if you say atom is a cause, the atom must exist. A non-existent thing can never become cause of anything. Therefore, that existence which is of the nature of consciousness, that Bhagavan said, that is what, when I say I, that is the cause. And other than that, there cannot be any cause, because other than existence, other thing will become non-existence only. Mai sarvamidam protam sutre maniganaiva. And Bhagavan says, Mai sarvamidam protam. On me or in me, idam sarvam, all these means all these names, forms and all of them are strung, woven. Like what? Sutre manigana iva. Iva, like maniganaha, cluster of gems, pearls on a string. Now this is an example. All of them are strung or they exist. They are woven on me. Like sutre manigana, like in the thread, all the pearls that are there. Now you look at a necklace. Now this example must be understood. There are certain points which are given here. If you see a necklace of pearls or gems, whatever they are, now what happens is, we see all those pearls. There are many. But who is holding them together? It is the thread that which is there which is holding them. Now what happens is, you see those pearls, but you don't see the thread. But the very fact they are held together, that shows that there is something which is holding them. So one is visible, other is invisible. The world that we see is very visible, but that which is a sustaining factor is invisible. And that's why people have got doubt whether it is there or not there and all that. The question. Again, the pearls may be many, but thread is only one. So that factor which is sustaining everything is only one. And as long as that is there holding, all the beauty of that necklace also is there. If something somewhere broken, then you will find you have to sit down, go on collecting. But thread is there. So Bhagavan said, I am that common thread on which the whole world of names and forms they are existing. They all are seen, but I am not seen. And therefore people have got doubt about its existence. But the wise people understand. But in this example, we may say the thread is one and the pearls are different from it. Therefore, Shankaracharya ji also gives example. He says, Dirgha tantushu patavat, or how a cloth exists in threads, because in that there is no duality at all. Or the vast ocean, all the waves rise. Sarvamidam, the whole world only exists in me. That Bhagavan says. And we can see everything is experienced by us as is. Huh? This table is, on that table harmonium is, on that harmonium the book is, on the book the paperweight is. Everything is. Think of the existence of world without the principle of isness, existence principle. Not possible. That is the ultimate cause. That is the ultimate cause. Mai sarvamidam protam sutre maniganaiva. See, in this chapter, Bhagavan had promised what he will tell you. Jnanam and Vijnanam. And Jnanam is knowledge of the whole world of names and forms. And Vijnanam is the knowledge of the very cause of this whole world. That we saw now. Ashtada Prakriti and Para Prakriti, that's called Jnanam. But the ultimate cause, the existence, consciousness, that is the ultimate cause. That's called Vijnanam. Also, Bhagavan said, I will tell you Jnanam, Vijnanam, means having given this knowledge, the realization and experience of this truth, here only, that's called Vijnanam. So Jnanam means understanding, and Vijnanam is directly seeing it, directly experiencing it. Now, from childhood, we have been learning God is everywhere. Are we not learning? God is everywhere. The only problem is we see Him nowhere. Other very interesting story was given. There was an atheist, non-believer. He in his house, on a wall he wrote big letter, God is nowhere. And what happened? His child had just started learning letters and words and all that. So the child was reading, and that day it so happened that father was little depressed also. And suddenly what he saw, the child was reading G-O-D, God. I-S is. Now nowhere was a very long word. So he read N-O-W, now, H-E-R-E, here. And suddenly what he read? God is now here. And father said, what? What did you read? In your nowhere only God is now here. Suddenly started thinking. We say God is everywhere, but how that we see Him nowhere? That's a problem. You know why we don't see? Because we are not introduced. we don't know. Something which we may be seeing, but not knowing. And if we don't know, then we will not see it. Even though perceptually seeing, but still will not recognize that this is this. I went to somebody's house. In their house there was their son's wedding. So that lady was showing me some ornaments. Many years ago. She showed me some. And I. She said, do you know what it is? Yeah, it's a ring. A ring, that is all right. But of what? A ring is a ring. That's all I know. She said, this is called diamond. I had heard only word diamond. But I never seen what is diamond. अब ब्रह्मचारी लोगों को कहाँ डायमंड से काम पर ब्रह्मचारी सन्यासी ब्रह्मचारी what diamond and all that. Our knowledge was only up to gold, that's all. Not anything. So many other things are there. So the moment that lady knew that I did not know what diamond, she closed everything and kept it away. Because she thought there is no use to show to such a person who has no knowledge, no understanding, no appreciation, nothing. What will I do? So now the thing is, even though I see perceptually, but if I do not know that this is called diamond, will I see that diamond? I will not see. So the thing is, just because something is there, we will not see it if we are not enlightened about it, we are not introduced, then we will not see. So we have to see and we have to know. And with that knowledge when we see, then it is very, very clear. Other than that, you will not see anything. If I don't know what is gold, I may see hundreds of ornaments made of gold, but still I will not see gold. The same way here, God is everywhere, but our idea of God also is so funny, I tell you. Very strange kind of ideas. Someone sitting in the 7th or 9th heaven, I don't know whether there is a 9th heaven also. Like a dictator. So many ideas are there. But how do we know that essence of that God is really nothing but existence, consciousness? That we don't know. And therefore, even though see, and still don't see. Pashyan api chana na pashyati. Even though seeing, and still we don't see. Bhagavan Shankaracharya says, tad yuktam akhilam vishwam vyavaharas tadanvitaha. The whole world is permeated by it, and all our transactions are also going on in the medium of that, and still we are not aware. Therefore now, Bhagavan is seeing his presence everywhere. Okay? This is a very beautiful, now topic begins, that Bhagavan says, Arjuna, you have heard, I am everywhere. Now I will show you how I am everywhere. My presence everywhere. This is called Vijnanam, one way. Or Bhagavan's glory now you can see everywhere. And how that Lord is everywhere, as what? This is a very, very beautiful now topic that is there here now. See, number 8, shloka number. Raso hamapsu kaunteya.
Rasohamapsu kaunteya.
Prabhasmi shashi suryayoho
प्रभास्मि शशिसूर्ययोः
pranavas sarva vedeshu
प्रणवः सर्ववेदेषु
shabdakhe paurusham drushu.
शब्दखे पौरुषं नृषु.
Now Bhagavan says, look, raso hamapsu kaunteya. Hey Kaunteya, son of Kunti, raso hamapsu, apsu in waters, I am present there as rasa. Rasa means sapidity, as very taste. And you know that in any whether vegetable or fruits or anywhere, whatever taste is there because of water. Rasa, isn't it? That's why some people overcook everything and they burn everything. There is no taste at all. And you know, you say the milk powder. You know the milk powder? Of course you know it. It is powder and you just put in the mouth. We used to do in childhood. But as soon as you put in the mouth, you don't get any taste. And slowly in the mouth start watering, and in that it is all taste. So now Bhagavan says, the literal translation is, I am rasa in waters. But it should be read, I am of the nature of rasa in which water exists. That means, if that rasa sapidity is not there, then water is not water. So now how to see the presence of the truth you call, Brahma you call, or God you call, in water? Number one, water is. Existence is there or not? Yes. So the Lord is present in that water as existence. That is the absolute aspect of the Lord that is there. Then the special quality of what you see that rasa, Bhagavan says, that is me. So in that water, I am there as existence. Actually, I am existence in that water is existing. And rasa I am. In the same way, Prabhasmi Shashi Suryayoho. And Arjuna, now look at Shashi means the moon and Surya means the sun. What do you see? There is some light. The sunlight is bright, brilliant, and the moonlight very cooling and all that you see. But light is there in Shashi Surya. Bhagavan says, I am that light. And in that light, the moon and sun exist. That means what? If light is removed, there is no sun and there is no moon also. So now again, God is everywhere. So how God is there in sun and moon? Sun and moon exist or not? Yes. So their existence is that existence of the Lord only. Something, ornament of gold, when you say that ornament, ring is, necklace is, that easiness of that necklace is easiness of gold only, isn't it? Yes. So the sun is and the moon is, that easiness is of this Paramatma. And the special quality, which is called light, that is Bhagavan's vibhuti that is present there. So then you see the sun and moon, yes, God is there. As existence, as light. Pranava sarva Vedeshu. And in all Vedas, I am Pranava. Om. This Om Pranava. A Pranava Swarupe Vedaha Protaha. In the Pranava Om only all Vedas exist. And the truth of all Vedas is Om only. This Param Tattva. Shabdaha Khe. In space, I am the sound. Can you produce sound without space? Can you produce? If these two hands are tightly, with each other, sound. Only have to create space. Or if you just put your both the hands on both ears, or take a conch and put here on your ear. This sound you will hear. Paurusham Nrushu. Nrushu means in men. Men means human beings. Paurusham, the ability to put forth efforts and achieve things. Bhagavan said, that is me. We are capable of achieving many things. From where we got the ability? Can we say we ourselves produced it? Or bought in supermarket? It is there. A child is born, and then the child starts growing, and how it grows. And starts throwing his hands and legs and all that. And lung power also by screaming and screaming. Everything happens. Raso hamapsu kaunteya prabhasmi shashisuryoho pranava sarva vedeshu shabdake paurusham nrushu. Only one more shloka I will say today. Punyo gandha pruthivyam cha
Punyo gandha prithivyaam cha
tejaschasmi vibhavasau
tejaschasmi vibhavasau
jivanam sarva bhuteshu
jivanam sarva bhuteshu
tapaschasmi tapasvishu.
tapaschasmi tapasvishu.
Bhagavan says, punyo gandha pruthivyam cha. The sweet fragrance that is there in the earth. See, the special characteristic of earth is smell. And Bhagavan said that sweet smell, Bhagavan said that is me. That means what? I am of the nature of that sweet smell in that earth exists. Or again, earth also exists. And the special quality of earth is gandha. Particularly if you say a dry land in summer and all that, and then the rains fall, or only you also sprinkle what, so a fragrance comes, You must have smelled that. Bhagavad called punyo gandha prathivyam cha. Tejas chasmi vibhavasau. Vibhavasau means in fire. Tej, brilliance is there. Heat, brilliance, that is there in fire. So how to recognize Bhagavan's presence in fire? One is fire is, and it is hot. That is a special nature. Bhagavan said, that is my glory. So we have to present. So remember, when we hear, God is everywhere, we must know how it is everywhere. And once we know this existence, consciousness principle, then suddenly, you will see and you can't miss it. And that's why Bhagavan said, Jivanam sarva bhuteshu. In all beings, that life what you see, that life is my glory. It is because of that life, presence of life, only an atheist say there is no God. He said that life force with which or because of which you are denying my own existence. Huh? You have got the ability to deny that also. But that is me. Jivanam sarva bhuteshu. And tapaschasmi tapasvishu. And in all ascetics, the penance, that is me. Because when you see some ascetics and you so glorify them, what penance, what penance. That penance because of which that ascetic gets the glory, Bhagavan, that penance is me. That means the ability to even perform all penance, tapas of many kinds, it because of me only. You see, but that tapasvi, that ascetic who starts thinking that it is his own power, then a problem is created for himself. He becomes arrogant and all that. But if he understands that this power which is in me, please remember in Sanskrit, tapa shabda is also used in the meaning of thinking. Thinking, reflection, contemplation. Tapa alochanayam. Huh? And therefore, the penance at physical level, penance is there, and also at intellectual level also. At the moment what we are doing is the intellectual tapas only. Huh? Deep thinking. Bhagavan says that ability of thinking, or ability of fasting, or ability to practice any kind of penance, that is my power, my vibhuti. So you can see the presence of that Lord everywhere. Actually, once we know that, even if you don't want to see, you will see that. Try not to see. Try not to see life. Even in plants and trees and all that also you'll see. Huh? Little worms and germs and insects and ants and everywhere you see. Huh? Everywhere you suddenly say, yes, everywhere. See, when people ask, where is God? They are sure it is not here. They are so sure. Where is God? But those who are men of realization, they say, other than God, what else is there? Because if you see para prakriti, apara prakriti, or the combination of them, they are all the aspects of that Paramatma only. And whether existence, Chetana aspect you see, or special characteristic you see, even that also is the aspect of the Lord. So what is there other than that? See, tell. Serious difference, total difference. An ignorant man sees everything except God. And then enlightened person sees only God. Such vision, that's what Bhagavan says here, jnanam vijnanam yad jnatva neha bhuyo nyat jnatavyam avashishyate. Having known which, there remains nothing more to know. This is total fulfillment. So today we'll stop here, but Bhagavan continues again. There are very more interesting things are pointed out in this chapter, and I tell you, slowly from this deep thinking, slowly it glides into the topic of devotion. Because when you feel the presence of the Lord everywhere, then your heart is filled with love and love. That is called devotion. And how that enters into the topic of devotion is very interesting. Now let us sing the name of the Lord. Om Namo Narayana. Om Namo Narayana.
Om Namo Narayana.
Om Namo Narayana. Om Namo Narayana.
Om Namo Narayana. Om Namo Narayana.
Keshava Hari, Keshava Hari, Keshava Hari, Keshava.
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 Om Namo Narayana. Om Namo Narayana.
Om Namo Narayana. Om Namo Narayana.
Madhava Hari, Madhava Hari, Madhava Hari, Madhava.
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 Om Namo Narayana. Om Namo Narayana.
Om Namo Narayana. Om Namo Narayana.
Govinda Hari, Govinda Hari, Govinda Hari, Govinda.
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 Om Namo Narayana. Om Namo Narayana.
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 Om Namo Narayana.
Om Namo Narayana.
Om Namo Narayana.
Om Namo Narayana.
श्री कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की
Jai.
सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की
Jai.
ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय
पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते.
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ओम
श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. हरिः ओम.
Hari Om. Today's talk has been sponsored by Daniel and Sushma Newton. We thank our Yajmans for their support and invite them to the stage to receive blessings from Guruji. While they are doing this, I'd like to tell you about 2 DVDs. We hope you enjoyed the He Did It performance earlier this evening. A limited number of DVDs of the extended 2-hour performance that took place earlier in February this year are available for purchase this evening. This is a special opportunity to purchase for your own home a beautiful dance depiction of the life of Puja Gurudev Swami Chinmayananda. In addition, in commemoration of Puja Gurudev Swami Chinmayananda's birth centenary, this year Chinmaya Mission also produced a movie in English entitled On a Quest, on the life and vision of Swami Chinmayananda. On a Quest depicts the journey of a contemptuous atheist, a steadfast skeptic, and interrogative journalist who became a spiritual seeker searching for the highest truth and a legendary master of Vedanta. After sellout screenings in cinemas across the globe, this movie is now available for purchase as a DVD. While the original is in English, this DVD's functionality allows listening in Hindi, Tamil, Telugu, and Malayalam, as well as with subtitles in French. Copies of these publications, amongst with many other books, CDs, and DVDs, are available for browsing and purchasing outside the auditorium in the foyer. Do take some time to explore the titles that are on offer. Anyone who asked for their copy of the Mananam publications to be signed by Puja Guruji, please do collect your books at the information desk in the foyer. As you leave the hall today, you will receive a booklet entitled 12 Precious Pearls. This Prasad Puspaka has been kindly sponsored by Vedant Melbert. If you too would like to support efforts to make this knowledge available to all, we offer you the opportunity to sponsor a day of the talks as a yajman or to sponsor a Prasad booklet. For more information, please inquire at the information desk at the foyer. Our pre-talk performances continue tomorrow evening at 6:30 p.m. Tomorrow, Prabhat Rao, a leading Hindustani vocalist, will be performing a set entitled Swara to Ishvara. Be sure to arrive early for what promises to be a divine and uplifting performance. Also, please note that tomorrow's talks will start at the earlier time of 7:15 p.m. These talks are being live streamed via our website www.chinmayauk.org following the link to the videos page. Please do spread the word about this live streaming to any of your friends and family who are outside of London and who may not be able to attend in person, so that they too can benefit from this knowledge. Please do remain seated until Puja Guruji has left the auditorium, and we look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Hari Om.